Make sure you subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. And to never miss another lecture from Miracle, hit the bell icon to get regular updates on English literature.
Hello and welcome to Miracle English Language and Literature Institute. I'm Professor Abha Sharma, and here again I'm with a new poem, LAPIS LAZULI, for critical appreciation. This is written by W.B. Yeats. What is LAPIS LAZULI? LAPIS LAZULI is a semi-precious, light blue-colored stone used in ornaments. So this 56-line poem is dedicated to Harry Clifton, who had gifted Yeats an 18th century Chinese carving in lapis lazuli on his 70th birthday. So this was an azure blue semi-precious stone. It was a traditional scene representing a mountain with temple, trees, paths, and tiny human beings about to climb the mountain. Yeats uses the carving to meditate on the role of art in an essentially tragic world. So the theme is that art surpasses tragedies which are experienced when you live in this world. This lapis lazuli reminds the poet of art, civilization, and survival. So there are two major themes here: the rise and fall of civilization and the triumph of art and philosophy. The poet looks around and finds that memories of the First World War were still fresh in the minds of the people, which have turned them hysterical. People have gone panic due to anxiety and frustration. The fine arts like music, painting, and poetry have made people impatient. These arts have become useless and give no consolation to the present problems. Something different and urgent is required to be done to save mankind from the fears of such wars. The German war aeroplanes, Zeppelins, which were used during World War One, will again be coming and dropping bombs. The same bombs which were used by King Billy in 1690 in the War of Boyne. Zeppelins are the modern counterparts which will destroy the complete civilization. The poet tries to tell the humans that life is mortal through the plays of Shakespeare, Hamlet, and Lear. Hamlet and Lear know their end. They know that they have to die in the end when the curtain drops, but then they happily play their whole part. They look happy in the beginning. They do not anticipate in the beginning their death, so do not go in sorrow. So why we humans should do that? We should not be sad. We should not anticipate our end again and again. Civilizations will come to an end, but we have to have the happiness coming around us. Tragedy is, of course, there in this world. Nobody can ever escape that. The last scene will be there. We are all going to die. Our role, or the role of the Shakespearean heroes, will not be increased by an inch or an ounce. The poet feels that the practice and study of fine art is not useless. It can even help us in the time of crisis. Their study enable us to face the tragic realities of life courageously and heroically, as actors play their part on stage sincerely and faithfully without being frightened of the end. Similarly, we should play our part in the large stage that is this world, Earth. The actors, King Lear, Hamlet, are aware of their end, do not break in middle, and the play continues till the end. With full justice, we should also enjoy our life even if it is not a bed of roses. Man has always suffered and lost. Tragedy has given him wisdom and a philosophy of life. It makes us understand the realities of life. On earth, the tragedy is universal. Then he says that people have discovered new civilizations. They have come through the sea or on the camelback, horseback, assback, or whatever, and they have inhabited new places, giving an end to the old one. And same way, the artists have made new and new things. They know that their creation will not last for long, but still they worked hard over it. So he mentions about the artist Callimachus, who knew that his work would only be there for some time. His creation was so delicate that it stood only for a day or for some time, but still he worked and made it. He was not afraid of the breaking of his own creations. The theme which I talked earlier about the rise and fall of civilization is here. So many civilizations have been risen and fallen. The ancient civilizations were destroyed and had limitations. Armies have conquered nations with the notion this art has also gone waste. Man is destroyed, but his mind lives. The cycle chain of history shows how new civilizations arise out of the ruins of the old. No civilization can be eternal. The artist feels happy in the act of creation, though he knows that his work will not last forever. The piece of Lepus Lazuli inspires the poet that the crisis in this world history is a matter of course and a necessary art of human drama. There is no need to lose heart and create panic. The war hysteria makes him impatient, but soon the poet finds consolation from tragedy. Tragedy can be a source of joy and satisfaction, as in the case of tragic hero, a creative artist, a prophet, or sage who sees the seed of a new life in the decayed civilization. So, two very beautiful lines are here. All things fall and are built again, and those that build them again are gay. The poet then describes the carving, the painting on the lapis lazuli. He says that there are two men, Chinamen, and a servant with them who is carrying a musical instrument. And there is a bird, which is a symbol of longevity, that is, long age, is flying above them. And this bird may be a swan. So, this lapis lazuli is discolored and has accidental crack or dent because it has been transferred from one civilization to another, or say one age to another. Now, when they're climbing, there is a cherry branch which sweetens their way towards their house. The poet imagines the rest. This figure is there, but he imagines that what will happen next. The servant will play the instrument. He will play some mournful melodies, and these two men will enjoy laughing through their small eyes. The two Chinamen, they look so happy in spite of the tragedy around them. That means art is giving them consolation. The music is making them happy. The fate cannot be changed. Therefore, one should think of the present and not of the past or the future. The poets and artists can view with balance the world's tragedy as well as the rise and fall of civilization. The poem was written in the 20s of the 20th century, the great decade of the wars and also the development of art. There are many symbols used here: fiddle bow, bomb balls, zeppelins, Shakespearean tragedies, glittering eyes. So, the poet is trying to say that art consoles life. It is immortal, whereas life is mortal. So, to continue, to sustain life, art is very much necessary. So, the main theme of the poem is oxymoronic, that is, tragic joy. Out of tragedy, you have to find joy to sustain life. I hope you must have liked my efforts. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon. And if you want to continue with these sessions, stay tuned. Take care. Bye bye.